deep inside the bowels of the palatial Robinson Gearing Studio Complex and live out of Pawleys Island, South Carolina, this is the Jake Robinson Sports Experience. What is up? It's your boy, Jake the Snake, in the house, and the experience rolls on from the Let's Talk Baseball Podcast Network. Hello, everybody. What is up? And it's like nothing is happening whatsoever in this offseason. It is becoming very slow, very meticulous, and I just don't know if I can stand for it any much longer. I mean, I'm ready to throw some beers, throw some rocks at people, start cussing people out, flipping them the bird. Nobody's getting signed. Well, as I go to press, Naftali Feliz, he got signed by the Arizona Diamondbacks. So there you go. Another relief pitcher. I mean, thank God. Thank God. The world needs more relief pitchers. As evidenced by this offseason. All the relief pitchers that are getting signed. I mean, I'm surprised Jesse Orosco hasn't gotten a fucking contract. Right? I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, I'm sorry for coming in the show hot. I did come in a little hot, didn't I? Yeah, I mean, it's, right? It's outrageous. Well, thank God I have you guys, because you guys are, without a shadow of a doubt, my support group. Because I know one thing, especially like Todd Blasingame, I know. He's suffering. I mean, let's go. Let's get it going. Let's get some moves here. Things happening. It's just not going down. And it's crazy. We are literally, as I record, 17 days away from pitchers and catchers reporting. And by all accounts, the Orioles have more catchers than starting pitchers. I mean, I've never seen anything like this in my life. We're a little over 2.5 weeks. I mean, under 2.5 weeks, and pitchers and catchers report. And there's still 150 free agents still on the market. Are you kidding me? Yeah, you're right. There's no collusion at all. None whatsoever. Now, what am I talking about? It's crazy, though. But like I said, look. Jake Robinson Sports Experience. And I thank God that I have you guys as my baseball, compatriots. We can lean on one another during these lean and lazy times. And I'm going to give you the little bit of things that have gone down since the last time we spoke. How's that? I got to get their mood set. That's what I'm talking about right there. I'm going back to my roots, baby. Little Japanese samurai style. I'm coming out Haruko strong. I'm coming out hot. Give me my goddamn sword. I'm ready to win the fucking day. Let's go. Jake the Snake Robinson and the Jake Robinson Sports Experience. You can find me on Twitter at JRobbie1, at Let's Talk Baseball Pod C1. And look, I almost forgot to tell you because it's coming like every day now. TuneIn Radio picked me up. That's right. It's your boy. I'm going global, baby. International style. How you love that? For all the preachers and the teachers and all those who said I couldn't do it, well, here I am. What are you going to do about it? And look, it is an exciting time. You think you're excited? You should feel my nipples right now. I mean, they're protruding. I can cut glass with these things. A lot of great things going on with the Jake Robinson Sports Experience. We're worldwide. We're in Australia, Great Britain, Germany. I got people reaching out to me from Africa, United States, Canada. And my scheme is coming together to bring baseball to the masses all around. I don't care where you are. What part of the globe you call home? I'm coming for you. It's my birthright, folks. I know, I'm just a silly little seaman. It's my birthright. I done told you, I'm that dude sits out 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm selling baseball Red Sox, you feel me? Those dudes got garbage around the way. All right, so last time, and I got a lot of great comments on the last show, and I just want to thank everybody. I love all of you. I really do. I like a lot of you, and, you know, I can tolerate very few of you. But look, I'm sure it's mutual. Some of you probably hate my guts, but you like the show, right? I got a little, I don't know, like, you know, got some fan mail, got some people who, you know, want to question the authority. My boy Michael Dietz out of Peoria, Illinois, he had a great question for me on the last show where I did the mailbag, and I believe it was Todd Blassie Game had sent me a question, and the question was, who did I see in the playoffs that we're in the playoffs this year, and I believe we're not going to be in the playoffs next year, and who were some of the teams that I thought maybe could get in the playoffs that weren't in the playoffs last year? Well, it was a very good question, well thought out, and I think that he had questions with one of my selections in the New York Mets, and it's a valid point. You know, they didn't win a lot of ball games last year. You know, they were very bad, and you're right. I agree with you, Mikey. Like, it's not the most solid pick there is, but I'm looking at a wild card situation, and to be honest with you, and you know how I am from listening to me every week like you do, I love pitching. I believe in pitching, and I believe that that is the backbone of winning baseball games. And when I look at the New York Mets, I see those 4 starters, and, you know, look, they've underwhelmed. They've fought injuries. In Harvey's case, they've kind of imploded in front of us. But here's my thing. Harvey's a free agent at the end of the year, right? Maybe he gets it together for this year. Maybe he performs. And I'm not talking about the Cy Young Award winner from a couple years ago, but maybe he gets, up to that level. Maybe Matt stays healthy for a whole year. And, of course, these are all maybes. But when I look at that rotation, and they're healthy going into spring training with Syndergaard and DeGrom and Matz and Harvey, I'm going to always give that kind of a pitching staff. I'm going to give them a puncher's chance. Now, I also said the other teams that I had mentioned in that group was Milwaukee and St. Louis. And I certainly think we can all agree that Milwaukee, who seemed to turn things around last year, they certainly made themselves better the last couple of days, right? And we're going to dig into that in a little bit. So I think it's a very valid question. I don't think the Mets are world beaters, but look, they got that fearsome foursome. And maybe that, maybe they don't have the bite that they had a couple years ago when they went to the World Series. I get it. I do. I get it. But you can't deny it. I mean, those 4 arms can catch lightning in a bottle for one season. The Mets might have something there. As far as a wild card entrant, I don't see them taking out the Nationals unless, injuries or whatever take over that team. I don't see that. I don't think the Mets... I think those 4 are healthy and they perform to their capabilities. Then I don't see any reason why the Mets can't make the playoffs. Now, it would be a little better to see them maybe get a third baseman or a second baseman, and then I feel better about that pick. But basically, Mikey, the reason why I took it was the pitching. And maybe you agree with me, maybe you don't. I get it. That's my opinion. Doesn't mean I'm godlike. Doesn't mean I'm right. I'm just saying that's where I'm coming from. So I want to thank you for leaving your comment for me, and when I see these comments, I will answer them. And thank you for listening to the show. And thank you for all the support that you give me. It's the Jake Robinson Sports Experience. That's right, it's your boy, Jake the Snake, in the friggin' his house. Now. Yes, I know, I am a Phil Collins kind of freak, if you haven't noticed. And I was going through a lot of the technology that I'm working with now, and I gotta tell you, I'm still not there. I mean, it's amazing stuff. Now this week we're going to hit off on, well, the Hall of Fame votes are in. They've all been tabulated. We're going to talk about the Brewers, Marlins, Royals. Got a couple questions in the mailbag. Buck got promoted to a new job in the Orioles organization. Nobody seems to have reported on this. Well, not many people. And Machado is moving to short. And brotherly love in the district. So that's what we got this week on the Jake Robinson Sports Experience. And it's been a slow week. But thank God I have you, my support system. And this is coming out from the Let's Talk Baseball fan page. I mean, the most electrifying baseball fan page you've ever seen in your life. And if you're not on it, you need to come over and get it. I mean, come get some. These guys are sharp in here. I mean, even the chicks are sharp. They'll stab you in the throat. Be careful. It's respectful, but they will stab you. They will shank you all up. But come on in. It's the Let's Talk Baseball fan page on Facebook. And it's some of the greatest baseball minds that I've ever had the pleasure of talking to every day. And you are my support system. So, like I said, we had a couple Hall of Fame entrants. 4 players went into the Hall of Fames. Chipper Jones, I think that was pretty much a given, right? We all knew he was going to get in. Jim Thome, that was pretty much a given as well. That freak Vladimir Guerrero, I mean, I don't know how he missed out last year, but he got in this year. And then kind of in a little surprise, push at the end, was Trevor Hoffman. And I was a little surprised at that. I really, really was. Not only was I surprised that he jumped up and took one of those spots, it kind of surprised me that Edgar Martinez fell off in the end there. Much to my man, No Stick, Michael Oso, out there in Fort Lee, New Jersey, king of the Edgar Martinez haters, and prom queen of the Keith Hernandez fan club. Wow. So Chipper Jones, Jim Thome, Vladimir Guerrero, Trevor Hoffman, they go in. And they're going to be joining former teammates Jack Morris and Alan Trammell, who were voted in by the Modern Era Committee. Well, I covered that on the very first show. The winter meeting's underway. And you can follow that. That's in the archives. So you got basically 6 guys going into the Hall of Fame this year in Chipper Jones, Jim Thome, Vladimir Guerrero, Trevor Hoffman.
The book.
And Chipper Jones is probably, he's probably the second greatest switch hitter in the history of baseball, depending on if you ask a Braves fan or an Orioles fan who's the second greatest switch hitter is.